So during my presentation, I will be focusing more about the integration approach of these three standards: automotive SPICE, functional safety, cybersecurity, how they can support each other. So in this presentation, I will start with the challenges, present challenge with the industry. What are the problems we people are facing, automotive industry is facing? What are the best possible way to remove these? Timelines of introducing the various standards. Then I will give you very high level about these standards, and then how we can integrate these standards with each other. Okay. And how QMS can be developed by considering these standards. And at last, I will touch some points from the cybersecurity assessments. Like Mr. Ranga also mentioned R155. So I would like to explain how automotive industry is getting ready to the requirement of R155. Okay. So very first, today challenge, we are seeing regularly increase in functionality. If we go back in 1980, then in a car there was 10,000 around SLOC, very few control units, and slowly control units are increasing, and at the same time ECU increasing, then SLOC increasing, and when the functionality increasing, then certainly there is a possibility of injecting the defect along with. And to manage all, we require some systematic approach, some mechanism, so that it can support us to integrate all the functionality without introducing any more defects. So if you will realize with this, you will see here 10,000 SLOC, it start increasing from there, and now in 2020, it was more than 10 million software line of code. And now you can see there are so many control units, ECUs integrated. Okay, we need to check their integrations from one to other. So these are the one aspects what we are facing. Another aspect is cyber vulnerability in automotive industry. So in this, we have taken some past example. As we have seen, there is a rapid increase in cyber attacks in automotive. So it is very important to know what type of attacks happened in the past, which were the vulnerability. In this diagram, I will be explaining few vulnerable points for cyber attack. On top, you see the data center, which are usually vulnerable if the hacker is someone internal to the organization. However, it is not always the case. Second, we will see the mobile applications. Okay. And then we will see the connected fleets where internet connections are there. Okay. We have some examples. I picked up some example from the past attacks. Over 100 cars disabled by an employee, by an ex-employee of Texas dealer. And he stole the data about 100 cars from backend and used the mobile application WebTech Plus that is based on immobilization system to disable more than 100 cars, which were sold by the dealership. This was happened in 2010. And this was between data center and application. If I see another example, hackers were able to kill the engine and disable brakes of car on highway. Okay, it was in late 2009 that hacked into a test car electronic braking system and prevented a test driver from braking a moving car. No matter how hard he pressed the brake, but there is no use. Able to kill the engine, falsify the speedometer. Okay. If I take another example, this is another hacker remotely kill a Jeep Okay. We have hacker cut a Corvette brakes by hacking remotely into TCOBD. So this was also a great news and very popular. I think most of you may be knowing the incident of 2017. Okay. In 2017, hackers stole the personal data of 57 million users, customers, drivers from the Uber. A massive breach that the company concealed for more than a year. Compromised data from October. Okay. Riders around the world. The personal information of 7 million drivers was accessed as well, including some around 6 lakh US drivers license numbers. Company paid a good amount to delete the data, okay, and to ask them keep quiet. This is what we have seen in the cybersecurity attacks. So certainly now 21434 is coming and already came. So that becomes very essential requirement. I have picked up some correcting defects in the normal development. When we are developing, if we are able to detect the defect in early phase of the development, then cost would be very minor. And as defect start going from one phase to the other phase, then cost start increasing. And in this, you can find the defect for that fixing rework needed only $80, and this can be $7,600 per defect after SOP. So to avoid this, what we require, the cost of correcting defect increases dramatically throughout the development process. So what is our ultimate aim? And there is a consensus. Better the process, and then you will achieve earlier defect detections, more accurate plans, predictable organization performance. Cybersecurity flaws in car design can be avoided. Establish a QMS by integrating all aspects, quality, safety, security, addressing the product safety concern. Okay, and here is process by using and reusing the international process experience. International process experience. Based on this experience, international standards are developed, not from today, but since long. That I will show you some timelines of some standards. Okay, and also exchanging the experience across countries. And this is one of the good example. Here I can see that people are from all over the world. Okay. So to have the international experience, we require international standards. So international standard, if we talk about Automotive SPICE, which is our core theme, then it started in 2001 and it was developed based on ISO IEC 15504. It is a subset of 15504. Okay. And then it evaluated, and then now in 2017, Automotive SPICE version 3.1 is available. Now we are working on that, and hopefully next year, maybe version 4.0 will come. Okay, by improving, by putting cybersecurity also within this. Right now, cybersecurity is separate part of Automotive SPICE. Okay, that I will also discuss that part. So here I would like to mention one important part. Automotive SPICE is becoming so popular that people are start forgetting ISO 15504 or 33000. In fact, this is the requirement from these standards which to be met to get the certification of Automotive SPICE. Automotive SPICE is only one requirement out of many. Even this measurement framework is also coming from ISO IEC 33020. And I remember when we started this journey in 2005, our all reports, all our deliverable used to be ISO IEC 33000 conformant. Of course, 33,000 came now. Earlier it was 15504 conformant. Okay, but now everything is changed to the Automotive SPICE. Thanks to industry for accepting this standard such wholeheartedly. Automotive SPICE, yes, we have the two objective of Automotive SPICE. One is the process improvement. Actually, base of this standard is process improvement. Certification come by own. Okay. This is developed by OEM for their supplier to assess and award the contracts based on their projects capabilities. Okay. Some company start improving their process. Even database company is also using Automotive SPICE navigation data. No software, no system. They are interpreting Automotive SPICE in their own term. Here, important aspects, what I would like to show, the real data. I always say, for the developers, for executors, need not to worry for Automotive SPICE. You do your job. Don't prepare for assessments. Okay? Then you will pass the Automotive SPICE. If you start preparing, then again, preparing plus real activity you are executing, then there is no issue. Okay? And then the rating. So this is a requirement for the assessors. They have the knowledge about Automotive SPICE. Same I have tried to show in this diagram. It is not like actually I also find what about my company's Automotive SPICE level 3, level 2. So I don't think this is the right statement. We have to discuss something more. What is your project? What are the process within scope? Which process achieve which level? Okay. So this is Automotive SPICE. You can pick up any number of process. Lot of flexibility in Automotive SPICE. Okay. After this, I will touch functional safety. So functional safety also started in 1960. And in today we have 2018 ISO 26262, 2018 version. Okay. And in functional safety, how we can understand at very, very high level, defined as the absence of unreasonable risk due to hazards caused by malfunctioning behavior of EE systems. And how we can deduce this definition, malfunctioning of electrical and electronic systems, hazards are generated, risk of damage, and then we need to reduce it. If we can revolve our all activities in this way, then we can achieve the functional safety requirement. Another and very hot topic nowadays, cybersecurity. So cybersecurity also started before CRIME 1940. First antivirus came in 1972. Okay, a Reaper program to detect the creeper that I will explain a little bit in next slide. And today we have ISO SAE 21434. Okay, and also Automotive SPICE for cybersecurity. Now this standard is also published. Now we have the Blue Book. I will explain my last session of this. Okay. When was cybersecurity started in journal? Cybersecurity began in 1972 with the research project on ARPANET, ARPANET. So one Mr. Bob Thomas created a computer program named Creeper, and the program was capable of moving across ARPANET's network. Actually, that time there was no internet. In a company, some computers are connected, okay, on intranet, and then he created the program so that it can move from one to other. Then the Ray Tomlinson wrote a program Reaper, which was capable of chasing and deleting the creeper. Okay, so Reaper was very first example of antivirus software. Cybersecurity can be explained or stated as a safeguarding of automotive electronic system, ECU infotainment system, communication network, software users, and all related data from the hackers, external or unauthorized attacks or access. How we can deduce this definition? again, if we can revolve our all activities around these some high level statement, then we can achieve this requirement. Stopping any unauthorized access, such as hackers to control or operate your vehicles. Building a barrier so that no one can access or steal your data. Okay. And then ensuring that no one can manipulate the important data. Okay. External and internal vulnerability target, which can lead to a cyber security threat. So here you can see some external targets. Key fob, Wi-Fi, digital, Bluetooth, internet. We have to take care for these targets, and for internal targets can be diagnostic port, auxiliary inputs, CAN bus, cell phone, USB, SD cards. Okay, so these are the internal and external targets for the cybersecurity threats. Here we will see the key properties of cybersecurity that we need to ensure that it should not compromise. Very first is the integrity. Integrity aims at ensuring that data is protected from unauthorized or unintentional alteration, modification, or deletion. And next is here availability. Availability aim ensure that the process is ready. You have the system available and it is working as it is designed for. Okay. And third is confidentiality. Confidentiality is the prevention of unauthorized disclosure of process information. And here is your assets. We need to protect the assets so that these properties shall not be compromised. If it is compromised, then we go to the damage scenario. And then your further analysis, you start to find out the risk. Okay. Now we will try to learn something about the integrated approach, how we can combine what are the commonality between these standards. Here we have picked up product safety, product security, process quality. Okay. So if we see in safety security, if you will see both the standards, most of information are somewhat similar by only changing the safety and security. Their structure, their architecture also similar, and we can see in safety culture, there is security culture, item definitions, goals, verification, validation, cases. HARA is to be taken care in functional safety, TARA in your cyber security. These are additional, but certainly we require the process for all these. Okay. Other side, this is common for all. Project management needed not only for automotive SPICE, but also cyber security, also for functional safety, requirement management, change management, problem management, improvement, monitorings, verification, testings. So these processes are very much comparable from one to other. Here I have put a very high level the coverage from one standard to other. If I see here right side Automotive SPICE, left side ISO 26262, and in bottom we have 21434. We have put all the clauses parts of these standards. So now you see these are the parts which is being taken care by Automotive SPICE by adding the functional safety aspects. These parts can go together. We can very well synchronize them. Okay. In fact, functional safety is giving some more good informations which people were interpreting in Automotive SPICE, whether to go with this or not to go. Some methods. In fact, it is helping the Automotive SPICE in other way. Automotive SPICE keep the open space to decide your methods. And if you have the 26262, then you have the great advantage. Now you know how to design the test case. What are the method we should consider? Consider in Automotive SPICE, who stops? Okay. Same way, Automotive SPICE is also supporting 21434 for these parts. Management, development, okay, distributed environment, that can go hand in hand. The covered part and Automotive SPICE can go together. Other part, yeah, add in your process, make your big QMS, considering all aspects. And in person, I always recommend to have a one set of process for an organization. I always recommend not to use the name of the processes defined in various standards. Use your own name, your company name. Tomorrow, new standard will come. Again, some revision will come. You will carry on changing the ID of the processes. Process for you, for your organization. It is your interest to choose which one or which one not. Have a one single approach. Let any assessor come to your company or to your project. He will check his own scope. Okay. Similar way, we also tried functional safety and cybersecurity. There are so many commonality between these two. So many standards are covered with this. If you will pick up these both documents, you will find there is so many consistency. I have gone some more deeper to reach to develop your processes. I picked up some specific task activity from all three standards. And I don't find any change except functional safety, cybersecurity, or the requirement. You see here, 26262 also have the requirement in similar language. Functional safety, cybersecurity also have the requirement in similar language. Okay, process point of view, there is not a much difference, which we can take care. I picked up here example from software requirement and another is from software architecture design. Another I picked up from the testing and level 2 requirement. Here also you will find the information is same. Test the integrated software. Here we are verifying the embedded software that fulfill the safety requirement. If we see the cybersecurity, then yes, testing should be performed in order to confirm that unintended weakness, vulnerability remaining in component are minimized. Whoever is interested, whoever is the in charge or the quality experts or the person who is leading this improvement in the organization, I'm very much sure if going through the standards, you are able to produce only one solution, and that is possible. Okay. Now, next approach is our organization. Make one set of standard processes. Select your processes. Make your QMS, quality management system.
Sorry for interruption. Only 10 minutes left for presentation.
Then define the goals. Create guideline for development, template, checklist. Okay. And here is a pyramid. You have some organization business policy defined by your top management. Then you have the middle level management who is defining for product policies. And then you have EPG, SEPG, engineering process group. SEPG, very, very popular when it was SWCMM, software CMM. So everything was revolving around software. So it was software engineering process group. You can call it a quality group. You can group the process engineers. You can name based on your convenient and how your industry understand. And bottom, you can pick up any standards. IATF 16949, yes. I can understand automotive industry. This is the basic standards, which I hope most of the company are implementing this. Okay. And then we can improve this 16949 to meet the requirement of Automotive SPICE. Then go for 26262. Cybersecurity. You already have the base. You start improving them. Technical aspects. Yes, we go with V-cycle, requirement, design, implementations, testings. We can define the process activities here. Different processes, requirement analysis, designing, coding, implementation, testings. And if you go standard by standards, then you will see in Automotive SPICE, there are the defined product requirement, develop architecture detailed design, follow MISRA guidelines, conducting 5 level of the testings. Functional safety also defines safety requirement. Okay. Cybersecurity, define the security requirement, establish your access mechanism, use MISRA C or CRTC for secure coding, secure testings. And that way we can very well create a deliverables. No need to make a 5 document from cybersecurity separate, safety separate, make 1 document. That is possible. Okay. Integrate all aspects and we can have safe and secure product. Here another view. We can consider different standards, develop your all process assets, execute in your project. Achieving the compliance with integrated approach. Integrated approach we have seen, considering different standards, develop one approach, implement, plan, execute, verify, conduct assessment. Assessment is also very interesting because here are the several verification activities related with different standards. Automotive SPICE assessment is somewhat like audit of functional safety. Assessment in functional safety for ensuring the safety of the product. Okay, same cybersecurity, and then start improving, and this cycle go on and on. After this, I picked up UNCE, which Mr. Ranga also mentioned, and this is for all, because now here we are automotive SPICE, functional safety, cybersecurity professionals. So in 2020, UNECE has come out with 2 new regulations adopted yesterday, harmonization of vehicle regulations. And this regulation demand that in European Union, new regulation on cybersecurity will be mandatory for all new vehicle type from July 2022 and become mandatory for all new vehicles produced from July 2024. So great, lot of discussion among industry for these requirements and among OEMs, and the approach what VDA QMC has come up that I would like. These are the 2 regulations: cybersecurity R155 and software updates. So for cybersecurity, actually there is no rating information defined in R155. They are defining the requirement. VDA QMC has come out with one book, Automotive Cybersecurity Management System Audit. So this is considering complete 21434 end to end.
Sorry for interruption. Only 5 minutes left for presentation.
Okay. So, but this is our interest area, cybersecurity assessments. VDA QMC published the Automotive SPICE for cybersecurity. And intacs is the top body for this. Working group developed the training material. So now training material available. Existing training provider instructors, they are going to get a chance to upgrade. And first pilot training is already planned from November 8 to 10. Now blue book is available, and VDA and intacs and automotive industry who are interested in automotive SPICE is ready to face this challenge. And these are the requirement here. We have 6 additional process for cybersecurity. This diagram was seen by all. Okay. But prerequisite to go cybersecurity, not only these 6, all VDA scope process plus cybersecurity process. If you already assessed with VDA, then provide the result and add cybersecurity in your assessments. Okay. And it will be our future intacs training program, which is going to be implemented very soon. Here you can see intacs certified process expert automotive SPICE training, 3-day training. So these will be the extensions after automotive SPICE. Automotive SPICE here is cybersecurity. Okay. And now train the trainer. We already got the invitation from intacs. And after this, then training provider will start conducting the training for rest of the people who are interested in cybersecurity. Some more information from the intacs, how the intacs scheme and other course will look like. Okay, as the time is already going to over. So this will be our approach. In future, we have all standards hardware, mechanical. These all will be the extension with automotive SPICE. Okay. Thank you very much. That's all.